Okay, well, good morning, football fans. We welcome you to Hamilton Southeastern High School for our first ever web broadcast of the HSE Fishers HSE Youth Football Championships. Rob Kendall is my name. Thanks for joining us tonight, or whether you're tuning in live for a live audio broadcast or via podcasting with our web TV cast. We thank you for joining us for our third grade matchup between Air Force and Michigan State. So it'll be the Falcons against the Spartans. Jay Cowan will be my guest today, our guest announcer. Jay, how's it going?
It's going great. What a beautiful day for football.
Couldn't ask for much better, could you?
Absolutely not. For the purists out there, you couldn't ask for a better day. The sun's out. It's a crisp 50 degrees out, and I couldn't think of a better day for these young men to come out and play some football.
They're going through their pregame announcements for both teams. The third grade Spartans of Michigan State coming onto the field. They're in the road green, white helmets, white pants. And Jay, this is a big deal for these kids.
Oh, absolutely. For these kids, they start basically in July, Robbie, and they go through their mini camps and then the evaluations, and they're drafted on their teams, and they go through an 8-game season and the playoffs, and to get to this point has got to be exciting for not only the kids but these parents out here.
Yeah, and they're doing it right with the pregame announcements. Let's go ahead and name some of the players for Michigan State who will be announcing today. Alex Howard, number 5, is a defensive tackle. Jake Myers, number 7, a wide receiver. Gavin Basha is a safety, number 9. Lucas Rust is a flanker, number 6. Chance Harmon, number 33, is a running back. Jason Kautu is a running back, number 17. Andrew Berry is the offensive guard, number 18. Tyler Lacey, number 10, is the quarterback. Johnny Nesis is the inside linebacker, number 12. Sam Rabity, number 40, is the tight end. Number 20, Jacob Snyder, is a defensive end. Number 44, Neil Ratliff, is a defensive end. Number 28, Jack Pyle, is an offensive tackle. Number 24, Antonio Everhart, is a running back. And number 30, Mitchell Morikawa, is the offensive guard. And we were kidding before the broadcast, Jay. These kids are intense about this.
Oh, yes. It's a competitive environment. There's no doubt about it that these kids are out here to win.
No messing around for these kids here today.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. The focus on the league is we want to teach these kids the basic fundamentals of football, but also provide them a competitive edge and realize that they are out here to compete, not only to have fun, but to compete and learn the game of football the right way.
So for those of you that will be watching our archived video webcast, you can see the Spartans are now on the field through those pregame warm-ups and announcements. And the neat thing is the parents, Jay, down there snapping some photographs.
Absolutely. What a great photo moment for these kids. These kids will, as they continue to play through the youth league ranks and into junior high and on to high school for some of them, for them to look back at this time and see when they first started tackle football, it's going to have to be just a great moment for them.
Yeah. So one of the cool things that we were pointing out is as the Falcons are coming on the field, the parents actually sit on opposite sides of the stands.
Yes, they do. As much as we would like to say that we do that by design.
Because I remember when I was in junior football, which was many years ago, it seemed like all the parents kind of sat on the same side, and perhaps maybe there was a skirmish or two that broke out.
Oh, well, there was a few of them. When I played my youth football, it was through the Warren Youth Football League, and we didn't even have bleachers. So it was the lawn chair days back then.
Right. Well, let's announce the Air Force players who are coming onto the field there. As you can see on our web broadcast, those of you listening online to our live broadcast can't see this, so we'll go ahead and tell you. Wearing the home blues, white letters and numbers, white helmets, white pants. Carson Arnold is number 44. Andrew Beaverson is number 6. Reed Bettner, number 18. Aiden DeVries is number 10. Drew Howard, number 28. Hunter Keltner is number 12. Charlie Kirkwood, number 30. Ian McClanahan is number 33. Jack Mundy, number 40. Caden Rust, number 5. Andrew Spearson, number 9. Charlie Stump, number 13. Dylan Swiggle, number 20. and Sean Zion is number 7. Eric Keltner and Ken Keltner are the head coaches for the Air Force team, and you are familiar with them.
Absolutely. Eric is no stranger to football. He played football for West Point, and his father coached him through the youth ranks. Eric initially started in the Carmel football program with his older son, Nick, and actually moved to our area last year where he took his son's 6th grade football team to the championship game and actually won it.
Wow. First year.
First year.
First year
Absolutely.
on the job.
So Eric knows how to coach and does things the right way.
So as those of you can see, the Falcons are now on the field. Both teams are on the field, and we're going to head over to midfield. We'll take a moment and pan over to the middle of the field and get you the coin toss for today's game.
You know, of interesting note, Robbie, is this is the first year that the Youth League has gone to college teams. In the past, we've always had NFL teams, and the board decided to make a switch and go to college teams this year, which I think was received by the kids and the parents as pretty enthusiastically.
Very cool. And now I noticed we'll have Alabama playing in the 4th grade game.
Absolutely. We'll have Alabama playing in the 4th grade game against Tennessee.
That's actually a game that could really happen later this year, I think.
Yes, absolutely. The coaches at the beginning of the season were given a group of teams corresponding to color that they could pick. So we gave the coaches some autonomy on which teams that they would like to go with. We made a point to provide all the 3 of the Armed Forces academies having Army, Navy, and Air Force represented as well.
Very cool. And the officials high-fiving the players. You don't see that in the high school, pro, or college ranks.
No, our officials that we employ to run our games are a very good group of men. They enforce the rules, but they're also encouraging, and they do a little bit of coaching as well as when they're out there.
Excellent. So we'll wait for the toss here. Now we play 8-minute quarters.
Yes, 8-minute quarters. The clock will stop on change of possessions and first downs, and when the ball's out of bounds, as well as incomplete passes. The teams are each given 2 timeouts per half.
And there's the toss. And it will be controlled by, looks like it's going to go to Air Force, and we'll see what Air Force elects to do as they have won the toss. Looks like Air Force, well, you could defer. You could elect to have the ball, or you could elect to kick. And we'll get the full story here momentarily. So Air Force will receive the ball. Oftentimes, Jay, in the higher ranks, you see the defer, but Air Force wanting the ball.
Oh, it doesn't surprise me. Coach Keltner wants to get that ball. He wants to march it down the field, and he wants to put some points on the board and set the tone for this game.
All right, so we are just about ready to go here. Again, Rob Kendall along with Jay Cowan coming to you live from Hamilton Southeastern High School for our first game of the day. It's the 3rd grade championship game. Southeastern High School nice enough or kind enough to allow the junior program to use the field.
Absolutely. We're very fortunate. We work very closely with the town and the high schools in our area. For example, yesterday we had, the rain on Friday forced us to shut down one of our youth fields. So we did some scrambling, and both high schools were generous enough to open up their high school varsity fields to let us play these playoff games. So we're very appreciative as a football board with the generosity of our town and the athletic directors for the high school.
Yeah, John Miles and Greg Habinger and Jim Self here at Southeastern, great guys.
Yes,
and,
absolutely.
Certainly appreciate that. The the Spartans, I keep wanting to equate these guys to pro teams. The Spartans will be kicking off. The Falcons will receive the kick. They'll move from left to right on your computer screen for those of you that are tuned in live to our broadcast today.
Some of the viewers and listeners that might be interested, they may wonder if the way our league rules work is if the ball is kicked and it doesn't go 20 yards, it's automatically ruled a dead ball. So for you that may be wondering why they're not advancing the ball, that is one of our league rules. That is our league rules for 3rd and 4th grade. However, in the 5th and 6th grade levels, it is considered a live ball once it leaves the foot of the kicker.
And that one I would think at 3rd grade would be somewhat hard to kick the ball 20 yards sometimes.
Well, Robbie, you'd be surprised. There's some kids out here that can really boot it. As a matter of fact, in the 4th grade league, we have a couple kids who are kicking extra points already.
Wow. That is quite impressive. I believe it's going to be number 44, Neil Ratliff, kicking off for the Spartans. It is. He kicks it, and it'll roll, and it'll be taken at the 35-yard line. And they'll say the player was down, taking a knee when he received the ball.
Some of the other things that some of the viewers and listeners may be interested in is that we have weight limits. There's an 85-pound weight limit for kids who are able to run the ball. So the players that are over 85 pounds have a black stripe designated on their helmet. And at any time during the play, if the ball hits a striper, especially on defense. For example, if a striper was to cover a fumble, they're not allowed to advance it or on an interception as well.
Interesting. So you and I would be over the weight limit then. We would not be allowed to run
at least
the ball.
3 times for myself, Robbie.
So first play of the game, it's going to be a quarterback sneak to the near side of the field. Has the 40 to the 45, cuts back, and is taken out of bounds near the 48-yard line. That was number 12 on the run for Air Force, Hunter Keltner.
Yeah, it's going to be very important for the Spartans to contain the edge in this game because Hunter Keltner is one of these players who, if he can get the edge and get north and south up the field, that he can be a handful.
And that was a first down for the Spartans.
Ryan
Or
Pyle,
for the Air Force, I should say. Go ahead, Jay.
Excuse me, Ryan Pyle, who's coaching Michigan State, is no neophyte to the coaching ranks as well. He's had older children who's gone through the program, and he has done exceptionally well in his coaching tenure for the HSC Fishers Youth Football League.
Now, we would call this, what sort of formation would we call this, Jay? What would you, with your vast football knowledge, refer to this as?
Well, it's kind of a full house backfield, offset to the right. So that was basically that play right there as an off tackle. We just call it kind of a power or a blast.
Ian McClanahan on the run for the 3rd grade Air Force squad. Good gain there, about 5 yards. And it's interesting, we, of course, cover the Royals as one of our schools that we provide play-by-play coverage for, and we do a weekly show with Scott May, and you get an idea why his teams are so good every year when you see the dedication at the early years.
Absolutely. Also, our league is very fortunate that we have a tremendous amount of input from Scott May at Fishers and Coach Rick Wimmer Scott May at HSC and Coach Rick Wimmer at Fishers. They often attend our board meetings and are very active in our coaching clinics that we provide our coaches.
And the other thing of note, as there's a quarterback sneak by Keltner, and he's very close to a first down. One thing of note, the coaches are on the field, Jay, during these youth games.
Yes, in 3rd and 4th grade, we allow one coach on the field for the offense and the defense. They're allowed to call the plays. The coach on the defense side can set up his defensive positions. However, once the teams break the huddle, there is to be no communicating to the players. For example, watch the sweep left, right, watch the ball, etc.
And I think that's probably a good thing that they allow those coaches on the field. Probably really helps the players.
Yes, it does. In the initial stages, the refs, we allow a little bit of latitude, but at this format, it's not going to happen.
Man goes in motion, another quarterback keeper, and inside the 40 to about the 37-yard line. Air Force first down. You know, Jay, I don't know if you were a video game guy growing up, but there was always one play in every video game where the computer didn't recognize the play, so you could just keep running it and keep getting the first down.
Well, Robbie, I'm a little older than you. I kind of grew up with the old Mattel football, basketball thing, and unfortunately, if I need any computer help, I have to go to my 7th grader or 4th grader to help me.
Well, that quarterback sneak, my point with that was it appears to be that play that the defense hasn't recognized yet, as it's resulted in another first down.
Well, what Coach Keltner did was he did a very nice job of putting that player in motion on the backside, which gets the attention of the linebackers and takes them off the quarterback.
And it looks like Keltner's going to take it in for the distance, a 38-yard quarterback sneaked for a touchdown.
Yeah, as I talked about, that was a great call by Coach Keltner. He was able to get the edge and seal the defensive end and get his son Hunter up the field, which, as I said earlier, once he gets an open field, can be a handful to get down.
And he does go the distance to the far side of the field, and it's 6-0 with 5:08 left to play here in the first quarter of action.
Now, Coach Keltner will have the opportunity to decide whether he wants to go for go for a 2-point conversion versus a 1-point conversion. It looks to me that they've set the ball on the 5-yard line, so he's probably going to try to make this an 8-point game.
Okay, we'll see what they can do here.
And he sets up in pretty much a I backfield.
They will go for 2. Keltner with the quarterback keeper, and he is going to get the corner and into the end zone. We're a little blocked out there by the beam, but he did get in for the 2-point conversion, and Air Force leads it 8-0.
That was another really good play call. Number 33 made that play. He was able to get out in space and seal the end, or was either the end or the outside, the linebacker on that play, which gave Hunter Keltner the edge to get into the end zone.
Well, it's Rob Kindle along with Jay Cowan coming to you live from Hamilton Southeastern High School, where the Air Force squad has struck first. They lead Michigan State 8-0 now, and they will now kick off to the Spartans.
Now, this will be important for Coach Pyle Spartans to get the ball here, retain it, and to make a drive and get some points on the board because, as you know, Robbie, football at any form is such a momentum sport.
Right. So the Air Force Falcons will kick off, and we will see what Michigan State can come up with here, if they can respond.
Well, Michigan State, they got to this championship game by beating a pretty heavily favored Army team coached by Vince Constantine. Army through the league was undefeated and was rolling through teams, and Michigan State had a very good plan against them, and I wouldn't be surprised if Michigan State doesn't mount a response to this.
So McClanahan kicked the ball. There was flags galore, though, and I think we're going to have either an offsides. That's going to be my guess, Jay.
Most likely an offsides, which will move the ball back 5 yards, and they'll re-kick.
Offside penalty against Air Force.
Now, if the Michigan State Spartans have some of these stripers that we talked about on the league, the kids over 85 pounds, what they might want to consider, and what we try to tell some of our kids to do, is if the ball's in the air and they can hit it and knock it down, go ahead and knock it down, because at that point you could get the ball at midfield on the 50-yard line.
Good point. So now the Air Force squad will kick off from 5 yards deeper. Spartans will now move from right to left. And a wounded duck kick. It does not going to go that distance as you talked about, and it'll be down in Spartan or in Air Force territory. Spartans, good field position to begin the drive.
Yes.
And see Coach Piles out on the field, getting his troops together, getting ready to move ahead. I notice that Coach Pyle is in short sleeves. He's a little more brave man than I am as I sit up here in this warm press box.
You do have an open window in front of you, though, so don't underscore your effort by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, but I'm double layered as well, Robbie.
So here come the Spartans for their first drive of the game.
Yeah, the Spartans in a pro set with split backs.
And there's the give.
Right up the middle.
And with room to run, breaking free inside the 25 down near the 20. It was number 24, Antonio Aberhart. and he picked up a first down for Michigan State.
Just your standard textbook dive right off tackle. Got the ball to the second level, busted it outside where number 12, Hunter Keltner, was able to drag him down.
So it'll bring up a first down and 10 for the Spartans.
Same formation.
Snap. There's the give. Averhart is tackled after a short gain.
Averhart with carry up the middle.
It was a straight dive
Pick up a few yards.
through the one hole where the guard actually blocked down on the nose tackle and created a seam for Everhard to get up field for approximately 3 to 4 yards.
Brings up a second down. 3 minutes and 45 seconds left to play in the first period of action. Quarter. It's quarters in football.
It is quarters.
Snap. There's the pitch. Averhart cuts it back. Room to run, and he's got a first down, it looks like, Jay, inside the 10-yard line.
You know, the Michigan State, the Air Force did a nice job of containing the edge. The corners came up hard, and the end was able to keep him from going outside. Everhart had great field vision, was able to cut that up inside and go ahead and pick up the first down.
It's going to be first and goal for the Spartans. And it's been the Antonio Averhart show thus far.
Interesting. They went to the pro set, but this time they go to an I formation.
Snap. There's the, a little misdirection play. And a nice gain on the play as that was number 33, Chance Harmon, with the run.
It was a nice call to come back with that play, Robbie. The defense had just seen a play sweep to the right, and they come back with a counter off the left guard. So it was a very nice play call.
2 minutes, 30 seconds left to play here in the first quarter of action.
It's great with the league and the coaches. We give them the autonomy to pretty much run any type of offense they want, as long as it's not an unbalanced. In other words, they don't overload either the left or right side with offensive players. So you'll see different formations throughout the day.
Pitch, Averhart reversing field, and he will drive ahead into about the 1 yard line, maybe the 2, and it'll bring up third and goal.
Once again, Michigan State does a great job of containing the edge, and Everhard is able to cut it up inside and get some positive yards.
Yeah, so as you said, Jay, unlike maybe a community like Brownsburg or Avon where there's only one high school, one team, Wimmer and May have different offenses, different ideas, so they can't really teach a standard set offense.
No, absolutely. We provide coaches clinics, which are mandatory for coaches to coach in this league, where we teach the basic fundamentals on how we want blocking, tackling, ball security to be taught. But at that point, then we leave it up to the coaches to put their own spin on things.
Snap. There's the give. Averhart leans forward, and he is in for the touchdown. And Antonio Averhart runs in from 2 yards out, and it is a 8-6 ball game.
8-6 game. Wow, Michigan State. What a great drive. No penalties, mixing up their plays, getting down, and looks like they're actually going to try to tie the game and go for 2 here.
So as you said, Jay, they are going to go for 2.
There's full house backfield, offset to the right.
Snap.
Direct snap. Uh-oh.
Averhart with it, breaks a couple tackles,
Wow.
and he's in, and we're tied.
Wow, he just saw that seam and just turned on the jets and just got in there and tied this game up. This is going to be a game where it could come down to who gets the ball last.
Just like slow pitch softball.
Yes.
Whoever bats last is going to win.
That's right. If one of these teams can make a defensive stop and pin them back and their own territory or can force a turnover, it could be a big turning point in this game.
Well, it's Rob Kendall along with Jay Cowan coming to you live from Hamilton Southeastern High School today, where the third grade game is underway. We got 1:15 left to play in the first quarter.
You know, to our viewers who are watching or not familiar with our league, Robbie, the Hamilton Southeastern Fishers Youth Football League, to my knowledge, is the largest youth football league in the state of Indiana. We run through approximately 2,000 kids between the flag and sixth grade ranks, which also includes our travel football team in the IEFA conference called the Knights, which is a fifth and sixth grade team.
There's the kick. It'll run inside the 30, and the Air Force squad will fall on it. So nice job there by the Spartans. Good kick, and it'll pin the Falcons back a little bit.
Some of the viewers may not realize how important the kicking game is in the Youth Football League. For the Michigan State kicker to be able to kick that directionally and to keep it in bounds and to pin it back there can be a huge weapon if they can consistently use it.
Yeah. So the ball will be at the 20, let's see, they're going to say the ball's at the 28-yard line, it looks like. And we'll see what the Air Force squad can do as we're tied at 8 with 1:04 to play in the first quarter. There's a give, and not a lot of running room that time as it was number 33, Ian McClanahan on the run for Air Force.
Ian McClanahan on the carry. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Yeah, number 33, Ian McClanahan, did a great job, as well as number 44, Carson Arnold, of sealing that in. Carson was able to stand his man up and hold his ground, which forced the running back to pop out right into the cornerback 33. So that was a great defensive stop for them.
You want the Michigan State roster?
Yes.
I gave you the Air Force one. Go ahead and throw that one back my way.
All right.
Snap. There's the pitch, far side of the field. It's Keltner hanging on with it, and he'll be bounced out of bounds at about the 32. So a nice gain there on second down for the Falcons.
There's a lot of nerves in this game, and these kids in this type of venue come out here. They're playing on a high school varsity football field with the PA announcer who's doing a fantastic job for us, and we certainly appreciate his efforts.
He's doing a great job.
Absolutely.
I'm going to hire him for my next party or something.
Absolutely. I wonder if he's a DJ as well. But I think what's happening now is, you know, these kids have settled in. They're starting to stiffen up a little bit defensively. And just for them at this point now, the nerves have kind of gone away, and it's a football game for them.
So it'll bring up third down. Little end-around reverse to the far side of the field. Flag comes in late. It's going to be a first down for the Air Force squad. That was number 13, Charlie Stump, on the run. However, there was a flag, and usually, Jay, when it comes in from that back official, that means it's a block in the back or a hold.
It'll be either a hold or most likely a hold over there on that.
So
one of the things that we emphasize as the league progresses is the holding calls. We try to enforce with our kids that when they block, that they need to keep their hands inside, and what we will call it is a fit-up position for these kids. But Michigan State's defense is really starting to stiffen. So it'll be interesting. This will be a couple plays for Coach Keltner to dig deep into his bag and see what he can come up with.
We're at the end of the quarter, so we'll switch ends, and it's 8-8 is our score.
You know, with the running of the Youth Football League, Robbie, with that many kids, we have a football board of 18 voting members, but we have a tremendous number of auxiliary board members who do a lot of the day in and day out things that help us keep this league running. For example, we have guys that show up at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning to set up fields. They have to stay late to break down the fields. our team moms that we get involved are such a big part of these teams, and it really does take a group effort to run a league of this size. So our league president is Doug Klink, and he has done a tremendous job this year, and next year he will hand over the reins to Eric Holt, who interestingly will be coaching the Alabama Crimson Tide for the 4th grade championship.
He's very excited about that.
Yeah, Eric is a high-energy guy and has been involved with this league for many number of years. He has a son who's a junior this year who plays for the Fishers Tigers.
Okay.
And has given tremendous amount of time and effort to this league. He is responsible for our scheduling. And to try to schedule
that amount of games.
Oh, you're talking 1st grade, 2nd grade flag, all the way through 6th grade. He does a job that it's under the scenes and doesn't get a lot of credit, but it certainly is well deserved.
Well, welcome those of you that are tuned in listening to our audio broadcast. To remind you, the big prize is that as soon as these games are over, hopefully by tomorrow morning, we'll have, or tomorrow at some point, we'll have the video podcast up.
Well, that'll be exciting for these boys to be able to
Then
see themselves.
Soon we're going to strong-arm the HSE athletic staff into getting a high-speed internet up here in this press box. We'll be able to do the games live on the video live.
Well, you guys just keep turning the screws on them. Let's get that done.
We're working on them.
All right.
All right, so the Fishers so they didn't switch ends. I apologize for that. I thought that's right. Usually at the quarter they switch ends, but they did not do that this time.
Yeah, they'll most likely just switch at halftime.
Okay.
So let's see what Coach Keltner's got up his sleeve here with can't tell if it's a 3rd down and 24.
Yeah, it's a 3rd and very, very long for the Air Force squad. But we'll see what they can come up with here. They are going to run Keltner around the end. He's got the corner, cuts it back to the far side of the field. He's got a 1st down, and a good start to the 2nd quarter for Keltner. Picks up the 1st down.
Yeah, once again, he's able to get the edge. He gets some blockers in front of him and is able to pick that 1st down up. So we'll see what Coach Piles got. He can try to hammer down those ends. And it seems to me like the Air Force team has had some success getting to the outside. So we'll see if he tries to make any adjustments here.
Well, and, this is unlike maybe the high school or college or pro ranks. If you have one really good player, that was just a simple end-around play, and he's just good enough to pick up that 1st down.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And we're fortunate enough in this league with the number of kids that we have a tremendous number of exceptionally good 3rd grade football players.
Snap, there's the give, and that was number 33, Ian McClanahan. Nice gain on 1st down.
Nice call. Good old-fashioned cross-buck. Fake to one back to the right side and give the ball back on a counter to the left side. Nice call.
So it'll bring up 2nd down. Gain of about 2, maybe 3 yards on the play. 3 yards, it looks like.
Robbie, myself, and Joe Hammond, we are the commissioners for the 3rd grade, and I can tell you that we have to deal with all the runnings of the 3rd grade as well as any complaints, and Joe and I have not received any complaints from parents, other coaches, or refs about the conduct of these coaches. So did a great job of coaching.
Ball is loose. Keltner able to fall on it, and a nice strip there. I did not see the jersey number that did that, but and that's one thing you mentioned, Jay, is it'll bring up 3rd down for Air Force. These coaches volunteer their time, and to have this sort of quality people helping these kids is just a great thing.
It is a big deal for them. We have numerous amounts of applicants that want to have head coaching positions, and we as a board go through them and do thorough checks and try to come up with the best 14 guys that we can to represent these youth here.
So now, is there 14 teams in every league?
There's usually, as the grades get older, some of the kids choose not to continue to play football, but our retention rate's great. So even in the 6th grade, we'll have usually either 10 to 12 teams of approximately 15.
And he's off to the races again, tackled from behind this time, a touchdown-saving tackle. Keltner with the quarterback sneak, And it is down to the 32 with 6:07 to play in the first half. Tie ball game at 8, and another first down for Air Force.
3-yard line.
Yeah, 3rd and 24, and now they've moved it all the way into Michigan State territory. Certainly got themselves out of a pickle, and at this point, look like they're threatening to put some more points on the board.
Jay Cowan, or Rob Kendall, along with Jay Cowan, calling our game today. The third grade championship. For those of you listening online live right now, we'll have all 4 games today. And those of you watching via video podcasting, that probably doesn't bother you one way or another. Another quarterback sneak. Flag comes in late. Gain of about 5 on the play, but I think it's coming back.
QB keeper up the middle for Air Force. Flag on the play, though.
Oh, defensive holding.
Face masking
Oh,
call.
or face mask, I'm sorry.
Go against Michigan State.
We'll see if they make that. It looks like that's a incidental face mask, so it'll be a 5-yard instead of your personal foul, 15 yards. That is one of the rules that we do strictly enforce because that becomes a safety issue with some of the kids. If you've noticed on some of the NFL broadcasts, they talk about heads-up football, and that is one of the things that we embrace tremendously. We partner with USA Football and trying to teach these kids to play the game safely, and that is to keep their heads up.
Down under center. Snap. Quarterback keeper again to the far side of the field, and still going. Great run. He'll be piled up after picking up a first down.
Yeah, what Coach Heltner is doing is he's overwhelming the point of attack. Not only is he getting his lead running backs blocking out there, but it looks also as he's pulling his play side guard to get him out into space and to pick up a defensive end or a corner or a linebacker coming up. That was a very good job of the blocking for the Air Force cadets.
So it'll bring up a first down and 10 as the Air Force squad in Spartan territory, trying to drive this ball in towards the goal.
I think it's the Air Force Falcons.
Or I'm sorry, did I say cadets?
I said cadets.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think it is the Falcons. And now we got a whistle before the play and flag, false start on the Falcons.
Yeah, I better make sure I clarify that, Rob. My neighbor's brother was one of the pilots for the Air Force Thunderbirds. So if she catches wind of this, I might hear it.
Yeah, you better make sure you get it correct.
That's correct.
Well, as I told our PA announcer before the game, we were asking what the mascot was, and this is the only reason I know is they play Notre Dame every year, or at least they used to.
Mm-hmm.
So 4:25 and the clock is moving. We're still here in the first half. And we'll see what Air Force can come up with us on this first down and 15. Ball fumbled.
Oh.
And it's a live ball taken down by the quarterback. So the Air Force squad will retain possession.
Yeah, when this game gets podcasted live where viewers will be able to see, they might notice that both teams will line up in the same defense. And that is a league rule, is that we have all the way from 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th grade up, our teams are required to run a 5-2 defense, which basically is 5 men on the defensive line, 2 linebackers, 2 safeties, and 2 corners. We also designate that the center needs to be covered up by a nose guard. The tackles have to play over their tackles, the offensive tackles, and the defensive ends are required to play over the defensive ends. Now, once the ball is snapped, the coaches on the defensive side are given the latitude to blitz or to run stunts with their defensive front. But all teams will start with a 5-2 defense.
So the reasoning behind a mandatory defense but not offense is
that's a basic defense that is great for youth players to learn the fundamentals of defense as far as being able to shed blocks, recognize formations, be able to identify the ball carrier and to pursue at good angles.
Okay, looks like our timeout is over. We've still got 3:51 left to play in the first half.
Once again, Air Force is at 2nd and 21, a long gain to go. However, they can pick up a first down. 2nd and 15 to go, which would give them a 1st and goal up in the 8-7 yard line.
Snap, quarterback keeper,
Right there.
near side of the field. And the state squad able to sniff that one out.
On that play, Coach Pyle's Spartans blitzed number 33. They had an idea that he was going to sweep this side. 33 came up, forced him outside, and it looked like their safety was either number 9 was able to come over and make the play. And he's switching. Obviously, he's switching his corners to what we consider boundary or field side.
Snap, it's going to be a pass. McClanahan throws it up, and he's got a man. It's caught, and he is out of bounds at a first down. Little misdirection play that time that ended up being
something
successful.
You don't see very often, but when it's run well, it can be effective, is passing in the 3rd grade. If you have a kid who can throw the ball out there and a kid who can catch it, if it's done the right way, even though it does have a lot of risk involved, it can be a big gainer for you.
So it'll bring up first down and no, they're going to be just short of the first down, it looks like. So 4th down and very short coming up here for Air Force. And the ball's fumbled, and it's going to be recovered by Michigan State.
Oh, costly turnover in the red zone.
First down, Michigan State.
Wow, that's it. Well, they got 3:09 left, Rob. We'll see if Coach Pyle can get them up the field and get a score maybe go into the halftime with a lead.
Yeah, that was a 4th down little misdirection play there they were trying to run, and unfortunately for the Air Force squad, the running back fumbled the ball and was unable to hold on to it.
Yeah, that is as a youth football coach. We remember we're playing with 9 and 10-year-olds, and fumbles, turnovers, penalties, they are going to happen. Coach Keltner is managing both the offense and defensive side. That's unusual. Usually one coach does one and the other coach will do the other for a team.
And there's the snap, pitch, and on the play, a nice run up across the 15. I'm going to switch lineups here with you and let you have the Air Force squad. We're really doing it like a true pro team. You know, the play-by-play gets the offense and the color guy takes the defense.
It's certainly I have a greater appreciation for Chris Collinsworth, Phil Sims, and the others who do this professionally for a living.
There's not a whole lot of work involved in it. Don't let them fool you.
Oh, I believe so. I think I'll keep my day job.
So 2:10 left to play. The ball is at the let's see, what do we want to call it? About the 18-yard line for the Spartans. Snap.
Oh, huge
and
hole.
A huge hole, as you said, room to run. And still going across midfield, cutting it back inside the 40. And it'll be a big first down for Michigan State. Again, that was Everhart with the run.
That's a big play, not only for the yardage for the Spartans, but it also stops the clock so they can set the chain markers.
All the way down to the 39 is where they'll spot it.
And they'll restart the clock here. This comes a point where the coach really needs to get his plays in and out and get his team up to the line of scrimmage so he can get his play off and have some time to before the half expires.
Yeah, they still do have 2 timeouts. And now we're going to have somebody who's going to use one of them, and it'll be Air Force, and that's going to be their final timeout of the half.
Yeah, Coach Keltner is going to have to group the boys up and realize that at this stage of the game, with a minute and a half left to go at the end of the first half, that number 24 is probably going to be getting their ball. So what he might do is he may designate one of his players to actually spy 24 and to cover him specifically on the field.
And as you said, there are just 2 timeouts per half. So the Air Force squad out of timeouts with 1:30 to play.
And what Coach Pyle may decide to do is he may decide to run to the short side of the field and let his running back know if he can't get to the end zone to get out of bounds, and that'll stop the clock for him. This is great for these kids as well. Traditionally, we through the season, the regular rec season games, we usually have 2 referees per game. But when the game gets to this stakes, we bring out the full house with 4 referees.
I formation for the Spartans. There's the snap. Fakes the pitch. Now gives it off. And a nice run inside the 35 to about the 33 for number 17. And that's Jason Kautu with the run.
Well, Coach Keltner kind of ran what we call a 52 spy, where he took one of his safeties and placed him about 2 to 3 yards behind his linebackers. And my feeling is that he probably did that to spy number 24.
So it'll bring up a second down opportunity here.
The clock is running.
Still with 2 timeouts. Snap. Give. And another short gain by number 24, Averhart. And now it'll be Michigan State that will use a timeout.
This will be a huge stop for Coach Keltner's Air Force team. Michigan State's got the momentum. They're driving. If he can go into this halftime with a tie game, that would be a big plus for his team and their energy and momentum coming back out into the second half.
Michigan State in the timeout. For those of you that are tuned in live, online, listening today, we welcome you. It's 8-8, 42 seconds to play in the first half. Those of you that are watching our archive podcast, well, you know that because you've been watching.
See, Rob Duffy is out there talking with Coach Pyle to the Michigan State Spartans. Rob was one of the instrumental men in forming and starting this youth football league and was our travel football coach for a number of years. Interesting, he is coaching against Coach Keltner, where they both played together for Army.
Well, here we go. Back to action. And we'll see what the Spartans can come up with here. A second down, or third down, I should say, opportunity. Snap. Little misdirection give. He's got the corner, and a flag comes in. Ball's fumbled. And I think Air Force got it back. It was number 40, Sam Rabity, with the end-around reverse.
Yeah, that'll be a hold. That will be a hold on Michigan State, and obviously Air Force will decline that, and they will take the ball and have 35 seconds to try to do something.
I assume with that length of the field to go that they may just go ahead and kneel that one into the locker room, but you never know.
Oh, I think Coach Keltner is going to try to get this in the end zone here. We'll see what he can do.
They do have no timeouts left.
Well, this will be an interesting call because you can throw the ball, and if the ball is incomplete, it will stop the clock. However, you do put yourself at risk for a possible interception. So,
yeah, both two teams scoring on their first possessions and not scoring since, although I think they both only had the ball one time since. So we'll see what the Air Force team elects to do here. And they will run that little quarterback end around. Keltner running for the sidelines. He's got it. Breaks free. Still going. Pushed out of bounds.
Nice run on the play by number 12, Hunter Keltner.
7 seconds to play.
Once again, Michigan State blitzes number 33, Chance Harmon, and is just not able to get to that edge. 44 made great pursuit, Neil Ratliff, down the end. But now they switch him over to the wide side of the field.
And now a timeout's going to be called by Michigan State. I'm not too sure why.
Well, I imagine that what Coach Pyle realizes is that they've basically got one more play left to run. So he's probably going to try to set his defense up to maybe play his linebackers and his safeties a little more deep, maybe his corners, and to prevent Air Force to get into the end zone. Because I do believe that at the beginning of the third quarter, I believe that Michigan State will be getting the ball.
Yeah, that's correct, because Air Force had the ball to begin the game. Well, so at halftime, we'll just leave the camera on. The microphones will be on, so you'll be able to hear the halftime festivities. Jay and I will head for the exclusive VIP suite that I'm sure has been set up for us.
Well, I hope they have some coffee for us. It's just I just can't reiterate for our listeners just what a great view this is to see all the parents in the stands with their balloons of green and blue and these kids out here pouring their hearts out and all the effort of the coaches. It's a great day for football.
What could be the final play of the first half. Snap. Little end around reverse. And Keltner's got room to run. Breaks it to the far side, and he will be taken down. It's a first down, but time has run out. So that'll do it for our first half. So Jay and I will take a little bit of a break. We'll put the camera at center field. We'll be back with the second half for those of you tuning in live online. It's 8-8. Air Force and Michigan State, our third grade game here on AudioSportsOnline.com. It's the Fishers HSE Youth Football Championships.
Wow, number 9 made a play on that. Whew. He was gone if he wouldn't have got his jersey. So that's a skull and crossbones for his helmet on that one. Yeah. Well, let's see if they have any coffee or anything. You want anything?
I'm good, buddy.
Sure. Can you tell them? I'm in the fourth grade now, but I know those kids.
What's your name? Joel. Joel Wilcox. Hi, I'm Mario. So, you go to school here?
Hey guys, they're asking me to turn the music down so they can talk on the sidelines. I can't hear the kid. I can't.
Yeah. We got a little bit of a change on that rear check board. Yeah. Instead of giving individual numbers, just have a team. Okay. Trophy. Okay. So I still like the kids' names. Yeah, that's okay. Just to say, no individual awards. Yeah, it's like 2 scores right away. So those players. at Fisher, she said? Yeah. Okay. Nice. Play football then? Yeah. What you guys got left? One. And then you guys have been in the sectional last year. Do they see football sectionals or is it random? It's a random number. It's crazy. Tonight?
What do you call the HSC games?
I do freshman and JV right here at HSC. Said you play JV or varsity?
A little bit.
Yeah, I knew. I worked at Fishers High School last year with Stephen. I'm sure you've heard of it.
Yeah.
Not really, but know Patrick Stevens real well. Played with you guys last year.
All right, here we go. Back with the second half. It's the Fishers HSE Youth Football Championships, third grade game. Robbie Kendall here with you. Fishers leading it, or rather, I should say, tie ball game, as the Air Force squad and Michigan State knotted at 8. Air Force will kick off to Michigan State, and the Spartans now will be moving from left to right on your computer screen. And there's the kick. It's a line drive kick, and it'll be touched by an offensive lineman for Michigan State, and that means they will get the ball at the 50-yard line. That's where the rules we were made aware of, or where the ball's touched, I suppose. So Michigan State will have the ball. And here we go with the second half as the Spartans will take over on offense first.
Rob, I was just outside, and it has definitely got a little more chilly.
I just noticed that the sun appears to have disappeared.
Absolutely. Now, some of these young men will continue to play football in what a tournament we call the Border Wars.
It's called what?
It's called the Border Wars Tournament. It's a Central Indiana, for lack of a better word, all-star tournament.
There's the give, and it is number 24, Aberhart, for a nice gain on first down.
Yeah, our youth league participates in a tournament called the Central Indiana Border Wars, where teams from different youth leagues around the Central Indiana area will provide all-star teams to compete in a round-robin tournament.
Oh, very cool. Nice gain on first down for the Spartans. And I assume that's your neighboring communities, Noblesville, Zionsville, folks like that.
Center Grove, we'll get teams from Columbus, Warren Central, Carmel, Pike.
And they pick the all-stars from this group of kids.
Yes, they put 2 teams out there.
And again, it's Averhart, and he's got the corner, a first down and more for the Spartans.
Yeah, he when you watch a 24 run, he runs with a lot of power. We talk about with our kids to have your pads lean, have a forward lean when you run the ball, and he certainly does that.
So it'll bring up first down and 10. As you said, the sun is gone, and it's hard to believe it was like 70 degrees on Thursday.
Welcome to Indiana.
So it'll bring up a first down and 10 for the Spartans. 6 minutes, 20 seconds left to play in the third period of action. Third quarter. Snap. There's the give. Nice run by number 33. And that is Chance Harmon. The one name we haven't really mentioned tonight is Tyler Lacey. He is the quarterback for the Spartans because they've been doing so much running.
Well, he's doing a fantastic job. I mean, his job is to distribute the ball, make crisp handoffs, has to know all the plays up and down, and you can't underestimate the value of a heady, smart quarterback in this league.
Second down and 3, they're going to say. Averhart with the ball, cutting it to the far side of the field, and he will go the wrong way on that one. Nice defense by Air Force.
Oh, that was a great play by number 13, Charlie Stump. He comes up hard on the edge and is able to hit a much bigger number 24, but still he hangs on, slows him down enough so some of his fellow teammates can come and finish up the play.
So it'll bring up third down and 6 now, or the third grade Spartan squad.
When the viewer is able to see this game, they'll notice that on some plays, this quarterback will actually be behind center, but then they'll also do some shotgun snaps. And the Michigan State center is doing a fantastic job of snapping that ball, doing the direct snaps.
Snap. There's the give. Averhart, room to run, and he'll be taken down at the 25. That's going to put him about 2 yards shy of a first down. So big fourth down coming up here.
Big fourth down.
Big 4th and 2 for the Spartans.
We'll see what Coach Keltner does. This may be a play where he may want to shoot his linebackers. Like we said, we will line up in a 5-2 defense, but at that point he can still blitz any of his players he wants. So he's making a move and moving one of his safeties to linebacker and switching those kids in positions.
So a third down opportunity here. Fourth down opportunity, I should say. 4th down and 2. Snap directly to Averhart, leans ahead, and I think he got the first down. It's going to be close. They snap the ball directly to Averhart, and it'll be either first down. It'll be first down one way or another. Looks like it's going to be first down, Michigan State.
Yeah, what we talked about with Eberhard, the way he runs the ball, being able to get his pads low and get that forward lean was able to him to pick up that extra yard to get across the markers.
So a first down. First down for the Spartans. Snap, a little misdirection, give. And again, that was 33, Harmon on the run, moving the ball forward.
The Air Force is doing a really good job on this defense. Coach Keltner has these boys disciplined that they're able to what we call stay home. In other words, especially your defensive ends, your cornerbacks, and your linebackers to play your position and your responsibility and not to, what we say, bite on ball fakes.
Snap. Give is to Averhart, busts it free, and he's inside the 15. So another nice run. Going to be about 2 yards shy of the first down. And the clock continues to move at 2:15 remaining to go in the game. It's interesting, Jay, at this age, you can have a kid that is great big now, and in 2 or 3 years from now, isn't even one of the bigger kids in his grade.
It changes year to year. It changes year to year. A lot of these kids will, as you know, grow early, and then, the great equalizer is junior high.
Yeah. Well, and that rule where the 100-pound or 85-pound rule in this case, you don't see that once you get into, as there's a lean forward. I think that's going to be enough for a first down. It'll be close. It is, as the ball's going to be just outside the 10.
Well,
there is no weight limit when you get into junior high.
No, as an example of that is actually last year, Coach May's son, Johnny, played on our Knights travel football team, and he was our starting offensive tackle and starting defensive end. And this year, 1 year later, for the Fishers Junior High, he's their fullback tailback, which didn't make a lot of the kids he has to play against very happy.
Because he was over the weight limit, would have been my guess.
And he is a load.
Yeah. Snap, pitch. Averhart to the far side of the field, and breaks a tackle, but will not break through that second wave of Air Force players.
That was a great play by Aiden DeVries for him to be able to get up and just slow Eberhard down to the point where some other of his players could come and help him out. That was a tremendous play by him. Great discipline, attacking the ball at the line of scrimmage. You can see now as the players get into the red zone that the Air Force defense is starting to stiffen up a little bit. They're starting to realize that they can make a stop here. It could be a huge momentum swing for their team.
So we'll see what they can come up with here. Big 2nd and 12. Pitch to the far side of the field, and that was once again nicely done by the defense. That was number 17, Jason Cowtu, on the run.
It was a great play by number 40, Jackson Mundy. What we talked about was he was able to contain, play upfield, and keep number 24 for getting up the field. Once again, we talked about the discipline that Coach Keltner's defense is showing on this.
We'll go against Air Force.
And a big call there as our PA announcer keeps us informed that was a personal foul face mask against the Air Force.
That will result in a first down, Michigan State.
Oh, wow. What a bad break for Air Force on that play on such a good defensive stop they made there. But the refs are going to call that. If their hands get up in that face mask and they grab it in any way, you're going to see the flag.
And they did call that of the personal foul variety.
It's the 5-yard, but
It
automatic.
was a 5-yarder.
5-yard automatic first down.
So it is an automatic first down, even though it was of the 5-yard variety. So that'll do it for the third quarter. It's 8-8, and Michigan State on the verge of putting it in the end zone here and taking the lead in this ball game. Rob Kendall along with Jay Cowan. Jay, thanks for doing the game with me today, by the way.
Oh, well, I certainly, as I was driving here to the game today, I didn't realize I'd be doing this, but Eric Holt asked me if I would do it, and it's been a pleasure. I'm enjoying it tremendously, and personally, I hope the gentlemen showing up for the 4th, 5th, and 6th grade get stuck in traffic.
Yeah, we're having a blast and very insightful. Thanks so much for doing this. And we can't reiterate enough, whether it's coaches or people like you or Eric, this is all volunteer-based.
No, actually, in our booth right up here now, we have two of the patriarchs of our youth football league. Doug Klink, our president, has joined us, and Luke Dunnick, who's our head coach for our travel football team, the Knights, is here as well. We might be fortunate if we could get a word from President Doug Klink about the meaning of this day for the youth league and what it means for these boys and the coaches and parents to come out here. But he may be a little shy.
So it'll be 2nd down, 6 yards to go to the end zone. I would not assume that at 3rd grade they can yet probably kick field goals.
Not at this distance. Like I said, we do have some kids in 4th grade who are doing the PATs, point afters, which is a 2-point, automatic 2-point conversion for that.
And one thing that you don't see at the high school ranks that you do here, everybody's got their own water cooler that they carry on and off the field.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And after the league's over, if you want to pick up a water cooler, you can come to the Red Barn at Mudstock Field, and we'll have about 15 or 20 that have been left behind.
Yep, that have been forgotten and dismissed.
You know, it's kind of a bittersweet day for a lot of these kids. You know, they're in the championship game, but, you know, once the game's over, you know, they have to go turn their equipment in, and, you know, it can be kind of a sad day for them.
Yep, last game of the year until next year. There's a pitch. Averhart going to take it to the far side of the field, and he will get in for the score. Touchdown. Now a flag. And we'll see what that is. It's going to be a hold against
Wow. Flat.
the Spartans.
Wow, Rob. Flag comes in from the backside judge.
So a big call in this one, as that would have been the go-ahead touchdown. Now, I'd assume in the championship game, or in any of these games really, there are no ties.
Well, you can have some ties, I believe, in the rec league, but no, they will play this one to the end. Each team will get the ball at the 10-yard line and will get 4 opportunities to score. And then if they do score, the opportunity to go for 1 or 2 on the extra point. And then the other team will get the ball and try to match what the previous team did. So there comes in strategy if it gets to that point. Most coaches will defer and want to have the ball on the second possession.
Right, to know what you got to do.
Absolutely.
Which, although at this age, you're going for the touchdown anyway, but I see that. So now 2nd and goal from the 15. Averhart with the ball, bounces off one tackle, bounces off another, still going, and he is going to be just short of the touchdown. Great run.
Just a straight power run by 24 Everhard. Breaks about 3 tackles and just stops short of the goal line.
So down to the 2, and we'll see what they do here.
3rd and short for the Spartans.
Now at this point, Coach Keltner can go to a 6-man front because it's a goal line defense. And at that point, then the nose tackle is left uncovered, and you have to cover the 2 guards and 2 tackles and the 2 ends. We'll see if he does that.
Quarterback sneak, and he's close. No signal. Touchdown.
It's in.
So Tyler Lacey with the quarterback keeper, and he is in, and the lead is now with the Spartans at 14-8, and they will go for 2.
Well, we'll see how Coach Keltner and the Air Force team responds to this. They've got 7 minutes left, so they have enough time to get down the field and get the ball in the end zone. This will be a huge play right here. If they can keep him out of the end zone, and march down there and give them maybe the opportunity to go for 1 instead of 2. It could be the go-ahead points for them.
Yeah, and obviously, unlike in the NFL, as we said, where everyone pretty much just kicks the extra point and it's automatic, everyone here goes for 2, and there's nothing automatic about it. So.
No.
So here we go.
I'm going to go to the quarterbacks under the center.
Snap. Little reverse. Taking it to the far side of the field, cutting it back, and he will not get in.
What a great defensive play.
Kautu was the runner.
Number 40 comes up, maintains his contain, forces the runner in so that the safety and the linebacker can come in and make the stop. Huge stop for Coach Pyle's Michigan State Spartans.
All right, let's switch papers.
Michigan State now leads 14-8.
That, even though Michigan State was able to score, that's got to be a huge momentum lift for Air Force here. So let's see what they can do with this.
Well, we've got 6 minutes and 56 seconds left to play. It's a 6-point lead for the Air Force, and Michigan State will have the ball, both teams, with all their timeouts left. And we'll see what they can do if they can run off a sustained drive here.
You know, at the conclusion of the game, Rob, they will have a presentation to both teams of a championship and runner-up trophy. And also they will be recognizing the third-grade Army team for the Jim Weircheck, the Weircheck Sportsmanship Award, which was started last year in honor of Jim Weircheck's son, who was tragically passed last year. And it's a huge award that we take seriously. It's voted on by all the coaches in each grade and is awarded to the coach and the team that displays the character and the sportsmanship that the Weircheck family has demonstrated from the infancy of this league. So it's a big honor, and this year the Vince Constantine's Army team will be receiving this award.
And so they tried for an onside kick there, it looked like. And
We'll give the Air Force great
Air Force will, behind the sure hands of Caden Rust, who fielded that kick, Air Force will have good field position.
Great position. Great position. It'll be interesting to see what Coach Keltner does here. If he's able to move the ball, we'll see if he tries to milk this clock a little bit. So if he feels like he's going to get the ball in the end zone, if he can try to leave very little time for Michigan State to respond.
So it'll be Air Force ball. They trail it by 6. Clock is running. 6:40 to play in the game. Snap. Quarterback keeper. Keltner breaks free, and he's got a first down.
QB keeper straight up the middle. Keltner on the carry. First down, Air Force. Number 9, Gavin.
Just get the feeling, Jay, that these two teams are very evenly matched.
Very evenly matched. The teams are actually chosen in a draft. The kids will go through an evaluation process and are given scores so that the coaches can draft at will. And for the most part, when we get to this stage of the league, the teams are evenly matched.
Keltner, there's the give, and a nice run on first down by number 33, McClanahan.
Great. Just your standard crossbuck play. Huge hole on the right side for 33 to get up in there. And once again, they're just moving the chains. They're moving the ball. You can kind of see around that some of the Alabama team is over there for the 4th grade warming up. I've seen Coach Sage and Coach Pruitt for the Tennessee 4th grade team running around here. I'm sure the nerves and butterflies are going with those coaches.
There's the give. Ball's on the floor, and it's fumbled, recovered by Michigan State, it appears, and it will be Spartans ball.
Oh, wow.
So a bit of a break there for the Spartans as Air Force was moving the ball nicely and now turns it over. Back to Michigan State.
Yeah,
5:10 to play.
running back gets the ball around the left side. The tackler, defensive player is able to get in there and just kind of punch that ball loose. I mean, it's cold out there. A lot of the viewers or listeners don't understand that ball gets hard, and it's tough for these kids in the third grade to, in these types of conditions, to really hang on to that ball all the time.
Rob Kendall along with Jay Cowan from Hamilton Southeastern High School, where the Michigan State Spartans leading Air Force in our third grade championship contest. And there's the give to Averhart, and he's going to lean forward for a nice gain on first down. And I got a feeling, Jay, we're going to see him quite a bit as the clock winds down.
If I was coaching, we'd be seeing a lot of him. Coach Keltner's got the Air Force into that 52 spy defense, what we talked about earlier, probably just mirroring number 24.
And we'll see what they can do on second down. They need to get just past the 42-yard line. There's the pitch to the far side of the field. Averhart cuts it back, and he is still moving. And he's going to be up near a first down.
You know, he is a strong runner. Air Force are putting their pads on him, and they're making great, efforts to tackle him. He's strong. He leans when he runs, and it's going to be very difficult for someone to just bring him down one-on-one.
It's going to be just inside the 42, so it's a big third down coming up here, as there is 3 minutes and 25 seconds left to play in the game.
This is a time where the Air Force team is going to have to be tremendously disciplined, because this would be an opportunity for the Michigan State Spartans to try to draw them off sides and pick up an easy first down.
Snap, quarterback keeper, and it's a first down. So now the clock is on the side of the Spartans with Air Force having those 2 timeouts left. They've got to get a stop here basically on this drive, or on this set of downs, or it could be lights out.
Yeah, they're going to have to make a stop, or Coach Keltner's going to have to start burning some of his timeouts. I mean, this might be a situation where he starts kind of selling out and maybe blitzing his corners or his linebackers and trying to make a stop behind the line of scrimmage and increase the down and distance for a first down here.
First down.
Once again, he does. He blitzes him. A nice stop, but still going to...
Ball goes to Averhart again. 5-yard pickup on the play.
And 5 yards in the Michigan State direction. No timeout called yet by Air Force, so you would think on these next 2 plays you might see them use those timeouts as they try to wrap up the victory.
Yeah, he's going to have to. And Michigan State's not going to run the ball outside. They're going to instruct his runners to stay in bounds, not go out of bounds.
Snap. There's the give. Averhart, both hands on the ball, and he'll lean forward, and I think he's got a first down.
Averhart will bounce off a few tackles.
Now the clock will stop so they can reset the chains, but once the ball's reset, the clock will go back in motion.
Well, and you're thankful, too. No injuries so far.
No, and on a cold day like this, that's one of the things you're considered about. Obviously when it's colder, some of those little hand injury stingers, arm stingers can come up. But, these kids have been playing their hearts out and giving a really courageous, brave performance on both sides of the ball.
Right. Minute 45 and counting. The Air Force team does have 2 timeouts left. So
See that Coach Keltner's talking to one of his players.
well, and that was a bit odd. They let all that time run off before calling the timeout.
Timeout, Air Force.
We'll see what he's going to do here. The previous play, he was talking to his son, number 12. We'll see if maybe he's going to send him in, try to make a stop.
Well, for those of you that are listening live on the internet, we'll obviously leave our stream connected after this game is over. For those of you that are viewing our archive podcast, we're going to try to get as much of the trophy presentation as we can. We do have to get ready for our fourth grade game, which will require some maintenance on our end, but we'll try to get at least some of that trophy presentation for you as we get ready for the fourth grade game.
Well, I imagine you'll see some pretty straightforward plays here from Coach Pyle and Coach Duffy and the Michigan State team. Probably in between the tackles, low-risk plays. Obviously, the last thing they want here is a turnover. So I don't think you're going to see a tremendous amount of misdirection here. But I could be wrong.
With only one timeout left, you could almost put it in the victory formation.
You know, that's true. They could run it down and just take the penalty all the way down.
Yep. But it looks like they're going to run a play here. And I'm going to guess 24 is going to get it. Mm-hmm. He is. There's a flag. And
no, that's going to come back. It's going to stop the clock. Fortunate for Air Force. It's going to be a legal shift. Number 20, I think number 24 had a little bit of a hitch back there. Stops the clock. Big break for Air Force there. Didn't have to burn a timeout.
First and 15.
He's lining them up in that spy formation. Let's see if he decides to send his backers on this play.
Down under center. And another flag. And Michigan State, a delay of game. They're going the wrong way at this point.
Delay of game call.
Now it becomes interesting, Rob. You got a minute 30 left. They have one timeout left. Now it's 1st and 20 to go.
Snap. There's the give. That's Averhart, and he'll lean it forward. Short gain. Timeout Air Force, and that'll be their final timeout.
Timeout Air Force.
At this point, what Coach Heltner is probably going to instruct his players that we've got to get the ball back. So, tackle the guy, tackle the runner, get him stand up, and try to strip the ball and get it on the turf. We've got all their coaches in there. Everybody's got their input. They're trying to encourage the boys, let them know to make that stop, get that ball back.
The one really nice thing that I've noticed throughout the course of the game today is the amount of coaches. There appears to be 6 coaches for the Air Force, and that's almost one coach for every 2 kids, which is great.
Yeah, you have a head coach and you have a designated head coach, and then also from the dads, and actually in 4th grade we have a mom.
Oh wow!
Who is one of our
great
designated assistant coaches. Get them involved, and it's great when they can do that because you have 15 kids on a roster, and if you can have them all doing different drills at different times, you can get a lot accomplished that way.
And that's great that even the moms are getting involved.
Oh yes, we have very, very energetic moms in this program.
So the Falcons are out of timeouts. Go ahead, Jay.
And some more so than the dads sometimes.
It's good. Snap. Little end around reverse. And as long as he stays in bounds, there should be no trouble. There's a face mask. Ay, ay, ay.
Oh.
Number 17, Jason Cantu on the carry.
Cantu on the carry. It'll be a short gain, maybe just the initial line of scrimmage, but a face mask. And that's gonna be about all she wrote for Air Force, is that'll be an automatic first down.
We'll see if it's a 5 or 15 yard on what they do. The positive of it is it does stop the clock momentarily.
Yeah.
Now they're going 15.
Call will go against Air Force.
So the 15-yard penalty, as you said.
15-yard penalty.
Let's see if they make that an automatic first down. Nope, they do not. All right.
Still second down.
So it's still second down, minute 15 to go.
It's an unfortunate break for Air Force. They had him stopped for a minimal gain, which would have set it up at I believe, a third down at that point. With still a minute 15 to go. So you make a couple stops, and you get the ball back with maybe 30 seconds to go, and you have a chance to get it into the end zone.
So Michigan State, boy, they were way back there when they huddled up. That coach didn't want anybody hearing what that play was going to be. And they will take the knee.
They're going to down it and run it out.
They should have to do that just one more time, and it'll be third down. So that'll be it after the knee. Well, Jay, I want to thank you very much for doing this one with us. Hope you can just stay around and do the rest of them.
Oh, it's been a pleasure, Rob.
And that'll do it for today's ball game, as the Spartans are going to be champions of the third grade division, beating Air Force 14-8. Great game by both teams, Jay.
Absolutely. Well played on both games. The things you would expect in a third grade football game. Some turnovers, some penalties, but both teams played really well. And congratulations to Coach Pyle and the Michigan State Spartans, and congratulations to Coach Keltner and his Air Force team for getting to this point.
I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to leave the camera on at least for a little bit here and try to get some of this awards presentation. For those of you listening live online, we'll take a little break for our audio side of things, and then we'll come back here in a little bit with our fourth grade game. Jay, how's that sound?
Sounds great.
Excellent.
3 more games to go.
So one final time, 14-8, Michigan State over Air Force, and Michigan State are the third grade champions.
At this time, will both teams line up for the awards? now the presentation of the Michael Weircheck Sportsmanship Award for the 3rd grade. In 1999, Jim Weircheck was among several dedicated and devoted parents and leaders who started at Fishers HSC Youth Football League. Jim was the football board's president for its first 2 years of operation, presently serving over 1,250
Gotta sit right there and have a good time. That's all the rules. So we're just still recording the trophy presentation here, and then we'll stop it and I'll get everything set up for our next game.
Physical and mental growth through keen competition.
Yeah.
To emphasize
So
good
what I'm here to do is,
citizenship and scholastic achievement,
I'll take
and to
the
nurture good sportsmanship through a sense of fair play. Michael Weircheck exemplified the league's core value of character, teamwork, determination, and sportsmanship during his years as a player and throughout his life.
He's.
In August of 2011, Michael Weircheck's life ended tragically. He was
I think he's
21
on
years
it.
old.
He seems to have
To
been
honor
on
Michael's
all
memory
day.
and the contribution to the Weircheck family, the Fishers HSC
We'll
Youth
just
Football
finish
League
recording
proudly established
the trophy
the Michael
presentation
Weircheck
here, and then we'll
Sportsmanship
stop
Award.
everything and get everything ready
This
for
award
our
is
next
given
game.
annually to recognize one team in each recreational tackle league, 3rd through 6th grade, that demonstrates exceptional character, teamwork, determination, and sportsmanship in the manner of Michael Weircheck. This year's recipient of the Michael Weircheck Sportsmanship Award for the 3rd grade is the Army team. At this time, I will announce each of the Army players. Number 13, Zach Bibbitts. Number 44, Alex Bratton.
Oh, yeah.
Number 33, Jackson Constantine. Number 30, Ryan Katz. Number 28, Evan Drost. Number 18, Austin Buning.
Yeah, we have about 60
Number 20, Justin
across the
Buning.
country for football season that we do it for.
So they'll be able to watch and listen.
Number
to it.
10,
Yeah,
Jack
it's
Ackerman.
live on the internet right now. You can listen to it, and then we're recording a video podcast. So
Number
we'll put
9,
a video
Matthew
podcast
Ritzler.
up so you can go back and watch it.
Where do you find it?
We
Number
created a
7,
web page,
Cable Woodring.
and Eric can shoot that out to you, where it'll all
Oh,
be.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Number
So-
5,
You gonna do
Connor
it for Border
Renaud.
Wars?
What's that?
We should hire you for the Border Wars games. Has he talked to you about that?
He hasn't yet, but
Number
they were just
6,
mentioning
Aiden
that, so
Miller.
we'd love to do it.
Yeah, we start.
Number
so it's
17,
basically
Caden
the
Brown.
All-Stars from the. I don't know. Yeah, they do it 3rd, 4th.
And number 12, Kyle Jankowski. Army is coached by
Fourth
Vince
grade.
Constantine,
Yeah,
Matt
he's
Renaud, and
coaching.
Todd Carter. The coaches will be receiving the award. And fans, give it up one more time for your Army team. The award winners of the Michael Weircheck Sportsmanship Award for the 3rd grade.
Just,
Good bunch of guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Fishers HSC Youth Football, we want to congratulate both teams for a great effort this afternoon. We trust that it has been a great experience for you all. We would now like to present this year's trophies to both teams. Please congratulate this year's 3rd grade runners-up, Air Force.
So you're,
As I call your name,
you're
please
using
come up
your
and
phone
receive
to
your
transmit?
individual
yeah, for the
reward.
audio side.
that's pretty cool.
Number 44, Carson Arnold.
Well, like Hamilton Southeastern is one of our schools we cover. Zionsville, Brownsburg, Avon, Plainfield. We do this
Number
for
6,
all those
Andrew
schools, so.
Beaverson. Number 18, Reed Beckner.
Mike's feed into this little mixer, right?
Mhm.
Output of that.
Number
goes to
10,
your
Aiden
phone,
DeVries.
And so.
Number
how's
28,
the
Drew
next
Howard.
work? How do you actually get onto the internet? You have a
We call it. We have a server set up, so when you call the server with the phone, you can activate it through the phone, which
Number
activates
12,
the
Hunter
link on the
Kepler.
page. And then, like I said, we're obviously doing the video
Number
podcast that
30,
we'll have up
Charlie
tomorrow.
Kirkwood. Number 33, Ian McClanahan. Number 40, Jackson Moody. Number 5, Hayden Russ.
So the left, what do you have? So the left is the
Number
input. What do
9,
you on
Andrew
the right?
Stevenson.
It checks the output to make sure that. So
Mhm.
this is what the camera's
Number
seeing. This
13,
is what's
Charlie
going to go
Stubble.
out.
Mhm.
Would they ever be any different? I guess if
No.
just if you had
Number
different
20,
cameras.
Dylan
Yeah, if
Swingle.
you had multiple camera angles, you could do that.
And number 7, Sean Zion. Again, Air Force is coached by Eric Keltner and Ken Keltner. Give it up one more time for your Air Force squad.
That should be a blowout.
Really?
Alabama team.
And now let's make some noise and congratulate this year's third grade
When
champion,
the teams came
the
out,
Michigan State
my
Spartans.
kid's buddies with half those kids, and he was so pissed off.
As I call your
Then
name,
he
please come
played
up
with
and
Matt,
receive your
JT,
individual
Mike, all
reward.
these kids. He had a pretty good season, pretty good time.
Number 5, Alex Howard.
Unbelievable.
Number 7, Jake Myers.
That time you bathroom.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Number 9, Gavin Basha.
Nope. Good. Thanks.
Number 6, Lucas Rust. Number 33, Chance Harmon. Number 17, Jason Kautu. Number 18, Andrew Berry. Number 10, Tyler Lacey. Number 12, Johnny Nesis. Number 40, Sam Robney. Number 20, Jacob Snyder. Number 44, Neil Ratliff. Number 28, Jack Pyle. Number 24, Antonio Eberhard. Number 30, Mitchell Moracle. And number 13, Nate Elvin. Michigan State is coached by Ryan Pyle, Gordy Ratliff, Rob Duffy, Mike Boschheim, Rick Kautu. Once again, give it up one more time for your champions, the Michigan State Spartans.